As a student, I have a unique perspective. There's different things that students need to rely on a day-to-day basis that perhaps other people don't have to worry about. Of course, the OnePlus 7 Pro is a great phone for just about everyone, but keeping it in the context of a student, I think, will give you some awesome insight as to what this phone is all about. This is also the first phone that has gotten me to take the SIM card out of the iPhone XS Max to actually switch my daily driver. Hi guys, it's KJ, my tech guy here, and I know a lot of YouTubers have posted about the OnePlus 7 Pro, but I think you're going to like my slightly different take on it. This is a beast of a phone, but I'll only briefly mention specs. For most of the video, I'm going to talk about what it's like using this phone on a day-to-day basis, as a daily driver, as a student. Let's get right into it. Most students I know have two devices that they pretty much consume 90% of their media on. Their laptops and their phones. Laptops are cool when you're consuming media and you have like a desk of some sort, but for just about every other instance, you're more likely to pick up your phone. Especially if you don't also have some sort of tablet, having a quality smartphone screen is very important. And with the OnePlus 7 Pro, you're going to get the hands down best smartphone display on the market. It's 90 Hz, so you really will never notice any sort of lag. This is something that a video really can't do justice because its screen refreshes faster than my camera does. Other than the fact that it's 90 Hz, the other aspects of the display are also amazing. This thing gets plenty bright during the day, and also has an important note is that at night, it gets plenty dim as well, as to not strain your eyes during those before bed social media scrolls. And then the fact that there's no notch makes video watching so pleasant. Watching native widescreen content is nice, and if you pinch in on standard 16:9 content, it still looks great and makes you notice the notch again on other phones. All in all, whether you're editing photos, scrolling through social media, catching up on the news, or just watching videos, the 7 Pro will make all of those experiences very pleasant because of how great its screen is. Students take a lot of pictures, whether it's for Instagram, pictures of the board during lecture, or just casual photography. And most of the time, people don't have that second dedicated camera, so they must rely on their phones. The reason why the screen is able to stay notchless is because its 16 megapixel front camera actuates from the top of the phone. Because it pops up, OnePlus was able to implement a slightly larger selfie camera than usual, and the results speak for themselves. The 7 Pro takes some very high quality selfie photos, and has even shown noticeable improvements with edge detection and selfie portrait mode shots. The front video quality is also great if that's something you look for in a phone. OnePlus has actually even pushed out some software updates that greatly improved the image processing of all its cameras. The triple camera setup of the 7 Pro gives you maximum versatility when shooting. I've actually grown to really like the ultra-wide because of the different perspective. And with the improved image processing, all photos come out great, whether the lighting is ideal or even when the lighting's not so good. And with its improved nightscape mode, the 7 Pro can almost get to the pixel level of basically allowing the phone to see in the dark. It takes a couple of seconds to take these pictures, but I think they're very worth the slight wait. Check out my updated camera comparison between the OnePlus 7 Pro and the Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus to see more camera samples and to see how it stacks up against one of the industry leaders. This phone has 12 gigabytes of RAM. Yeah, 12 gigabytes of RAM. You heard that right. That's more than a lot of laptops out there. Is it overkill? Yeah, but let me tell you why it's worth it. It basically means that, coupled with a 90 Hz screen, the OnePlus 7 Pro will always run extremely fast. There won't ever be too many apps in the background bogging down your phone and making it jitter, because it will simply be able to handle them all. It's easily the fastest Android phone I've ever used, and it does beat the iPhone XS Max in certain aspects, even when the iPhone is completely optimized for its operating system. This phone will fly through anything you throw at it. Whether you like playing a lot of games, do photo editing on your phone, or just use a ton of apps, having that safety net of 12 gigs of RAM is just a nice thing to have so you can stay confident that it can handle whatever you throw at it. I've already mentioned the phone's great screen, camera, and performance, so most people would already be sold. But now I'm going to get into the price, which is a big draw to OnePlus from the beginning. But something that I haven't mentioned so far is price. How much does this thing cost? Because especially for students, we have to actually allocate our budget just to make ends meet. The OnePlus 7 Pro is OnePlus's most expensive phone yet, but it is still hundreds of dollars less than the flagships it is actually outperforming. The 7 Pro starts off at $669, which is more than $400 less than my iPhone XS Max, and $300 less than the Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus. Yet it competes very well with both of those. For the price of my $1,100 iPhone XS Max, for instance, you'd be able to purchase the OnePlus 7 Pro, some Galaxy Buds, and some great noise-canceling headphones. It's just something to keep in mind. There's also a couple of extra features that I didn't mention earlier that I think a lot of you guys will really like. First off, the phone can charge up to 50% with its warp charging speed in just 20 minutes. The phone has a 3-position physical switch. For students or anybody that has meetings, this is very convenient because if you ever forget to put your phone on silent, you can easily reach for your phone and without looking, switch between ring, silent, and vibrate. Why don't all manufacturers include this in their phone? It really beats me. There's also a slew of cool software features that just make the overall user experience better in my opinion. You can use those iPhone-like gestures without any extra launchers, which actually work really well and really take advantage of all that screen. Other features that I really like using are the gestures you can use while the screen's off. You can do things like draw a circle with your finger and open the camera app. You can set drawing an M to open the music app of your choice. OnePlus has made it really easy to customize these settings, and overall the gestures are a nice feature to have that I actually find myself using often. This review wouldn't be complete if I didn't talk about the things that I didn't like so much about this phone, because obviously no phone is perfect, otherwise everyone would just have that one phone. So here are the things that I don't really like so much, but also keep in mind that this is the least expensive flagship by far. The in-display fingerprint sensor is decent, but only works flawlessly probably around 3/4 of the time. The other times I find myself having to reorient my finger or use a different level of pressure. I would still prefer a rear fingerprint sensor at this point over the optical one. Also, this phone doesn't have wireless charging. It does have warp charging, but all the other flagships I have use wireless charging, so I have charging docks everywhere that I just can't use with the OnePlus 7 Pro. But as I've said, I'm nitpicking at this point, and neither of these features swayed me away from using this phone as my daily driver. The OnePlus 7 Pro is a phone that genuinely surprised me. For someone that never even fully committed to my Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus or Pixel 3 XL, I never would have predicted that a OnePlus device would swing me back to Android. But that's exactly what happened. Its speed, its fluidity, and its updated image processing in its camera were just things that I really valued in a smartphone. And to top it all off with the new hands-down best display on any smartphone, the 7 Pro was just too good to pass up. It has no notch, no hole punch, and no bezels, just one large, very high-quality screen. My patrons have gotten their orders in for my merch products, so I'm going to be releasing my merch storefront link down below, so check that out, and if you act fast, you'll get 15% off your order. I've become a lot more active on Instagram, posting Instagram stories and posts, so make sure you follow me on Instagram just to see what I'm up to. As for this channel, I have a lot of really cool videos, so make sure you subscribe and have the notification bell clicked and to stay up to date on my latest videos. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.